When did you first see that guy?
I heard about him way before I saw him. I mean, he was a myth. The first time I saw him skate, I couldn't understand what I was seeing because he just skated totally different than anyone else.
Tom Groholski. This one's called Unleashed in the East. We're going to talk about some East Coast skateboarding.
We had this little group called Northern Air, and we used to do little demos around. And we just set the ramp up at fairs or whatever, you know. But it was just basically to spread the word of skateboarding, man, you know, because it was dead. You know, we didn't care, like I said, if anybody's watching at all. It just gave us an excuse to get together and ride.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay, we need to know more about Cherry Hill. We need to know, like, what just fucking sucked you in.
Opening day sucked me in, man. Opening day came, man, and the Sims team was there. Chris Strobel, Wally Inouye, you know, all the big name Dogtown guys. It was just amazing seeing it all. It was overload.
Who was your favorite guy that day?
Bowman, for sure.
Yes.
You know, without a doubt.
He was so stoked. He just like couldn't thank me enough for coming to Cherry Hill and skating and letting all those guys see personally live what they saw in the magazines.
It changed our lives, man, seeing that kind of skateboarding. But yeah, after the skate park closed, man, that's where the weeding out process happened, and you know, we became a tight-knit group, man, of survivors, you know, and that's when we started making zines to communicate with others as to what's going on, or if there's punk shows, or if there's going to be a contest at a ramp, just to, you know, reinvigorate everybody, man. Like, hey, man, we're still doing it. The backyard ramp scene in the Northeast, it was incredible, man. The skateboarding that was going down in the sessions, you know, everybody, you know, we were so tight-knit and we were just pushing each other, man, you know. Crank up some music and go, man.
Your dad's super supportive, obviously, like shot all these photos, video, like.
Yeah, he was totally enthused, man, and just, he knew that we had no way to get there, and he knew how much we loved it, and he was just offering it up, man, because no other dads, you know, were doing it, man.
Yeah.
It was rare. Yeah, Daddy-O got 4 of us together, man, and we just, we flew out here and skated like 11 parks in 10 days. And
was it like a birthday present or something? Like,
no.
What do you want to do for summer?
It was just a summer trip that we were all like, oh, let's, you know, set some goals and get them, you know. We used to just set up the projector in the basement, man, and just like lose it, you know. Like, no way, man, rewind, you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah, tell about your Thrasher cover and your dad shooting your photos for your Thrasher cover.
Yeah, we got some photos back, and so I wrote a letter, photo graffiti, and had the photos in there, and man, Kevin Thatcher called, you know, and he said, you got a picture in the mag, and I was like, oh yeah, that's cool. And then he's like, oh, and you got the cover too, and hung up. And it was a stoker, man. It's still a high point, you know.
Dude, yeah, I've offered to blow people at that magazine to get on the cover.
But yeah, then, you know, turned pro in 1985. That was a interesting experience, man.
Tom Groholski coming all the way from North Brunswick, New Jersey, where he skates Groholski ramp. Yeah, he pulls off stuff that he shouldn't be able to.
It was like Gator and Gonzalez and Grigley, you know, and me, and
it was a weird team. You guys had a real eclectic team.
Yeah, for sure. I always felt like an outsider.
Well, if he didn't fall, he would have done really well. He looked really good up there. I know he was nervous, but
He's a good skater, and it's unfortunately he fell.
Whatever.
Was supposed to be original graphic of
For the
Groholski.
Groholski board. That was it. But Vision vetoed it. Right there is mofo.
This was for a Groholski board?
That was for
Stand
the
up.
first Groholski board. And it got rejected. The mofo drawing. I don't know why Vision rejected it, but for real, no joke. And then
See? Tidbits.
Groholski introduced Metallica to skateboarding,
Yep.
big time. I mean, he gave me the tape back in Kona, and I took it to San Jose and showed Gavin and Corey, and they just hated it.
He's also the one responsible for, and I know this is disputable or whatever, but the fishtail, the actual flared, not the that everybody did.